Hey guys, welcome back. So today I am going to be doing some work in our tunnel. So yesterday I mentioned that I needed to plant our larkspur, and while I would normally plant them in the field, I got to thinking last night once I got home, and I thought, well gosh, I have that whole space in the tunnel where the ranunculus got washed out when our high tunnel came down, so we might as well put the larkspur in the tunnel, right? Because why not? I have the space, might as well use it. And I already have space saved for the snapdragons coming, so these are here, might as well plant them. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I had already started, but my phone was dead, so I had to charge it before I could film. So I am working in this space right here. I have a 2-tin tray, so planting them 4 inches apart. We will see how far I can get. You might hear a little bit of background noise because Derek is working on, surprise, a second tunnel. So we are actually putting in not just one Farmer's Friend tunnel, but 2. So he is working on that in the background. So I'll have to show y'all that once we finish this up. But I am going to be planting this larkspur. So I'm doing 4-inch spacing, and it's a 3-foot bed. So probably, I think 9 is the amount that I'm trying to get into every little row. So we'll see how far we can get. Normally I would take this and just, but these are pretty rooted in, so it's not they're not even coming out when I pull them, so these are taking some time. I feel like I've lost a lot trying to pull them out. I am trying to pull a couple out at a time. Lost that one. Okay, this is making all crazy. Watching this because I hate watching people pull them out one at a time. Promise, that's not what I normally do, but they are like super rooted in. So I guess while I'm doing this, I could tell y'all about what happened with our tunnel, and then you would understand why this whole space is empty. So we had started our tunnel last winter, so we bought this farm in September or October, and then we bought it it was the end of September. I think we might have closed in October, but the landowners let us go ahead and like get started on like our fields. So then our tunnel got here and we started working on it, but we just had way too many projects going on at the farm to actually get our high tunnel complete. We had a 30 by 120 high tunnel, and so obviously well, maybe it's not obvious. In Oklahoma, not a whole lot of use for a tunnel in the summertime. Like, you can plant it, but it's just so hot here that it's not like the greatest. So we didn't really need it again until this fall, so we kind of just paused working on it, worked on a lot of other projects, and then once fall came, we were ready to work on it again. And so we finally finished it. Derek had worked on it for a couple weeks, had it ready exactly when I asked him to have it ready, and we finished it one night, 6 p.m. we finished it. He took pictures, looked beautiful, so proud of it. I'll put a picture on the screen. And then that night there was a rainstorm that came through, and all we knew was that it was going to rain, but turns out that actually 80-mile-an-hour winds came through our farm and lifted our tunnel and crashed it down. And like all of I don't know the technical terms, but it broke and just was not repairable. So we got a Farmer's Friend tunnel instead. So our old tunnel was 30 by 120. This new Farmer's Friend tunnel, we did the 14 by 100, just because that is the least expensive option that would get us the space that we needed. And then we ordered 2 of them to replace the one we had. So yeah, that's the tunnel situation. Super bummer. All that to say, not only did we lose our tunnel, the tunnel also like landed on all of our crops that were under it. So all of our ranunculus, all of our anemones, and I had just planted them, so the majority of them hadn't even sprouted yet. There was like one section that might have sprouted already, and we had it was a lot of rain. I want to say like 8 inches of rain or something like that. So they weren't protected by the tunnel. I had like the what do you call it, where you have like the raised beds, you know, where you just are like raising your soil up a little bit with compost. So I had it like that, which was totally fine when there was a high tunnel over it, but when there wasn't a high tunnel over it, it just all washed out. So it washed our ranunculus out. It was just an absolute mess. It still kind of is an absolute mess at the farm. We still need to like have a farm like cleanup day to like get rid of everything or sort through all the parts that we have everywhere from the tunnel. But for now, we're just focused on trying to get the new tunnels back in place, so everything's covered and protected. Editing Jordan here. One thing I forgot to say in the video is how amazing our local community has been. When we lost the high tunnel, we had city councilmen, chamber of commerce, all kinds of people from our city come to the farm, help us dismantle the tunnel and get it moved off of our crops. They have just been an absolute blessing to us in this process. All right, I finished planting, so let me show you what we got planted today. We being me and my little helper, who sat in water from the high tunnel and is now in shorts instead of sweatpants. But it's hot in here, so it's fine, right?
Yeah.
All right, here's what we got done. Okay, so I got Larkspur planted in the tunnel, thing I never thought I'd say. And then I just had a little bit of buchlarum left, so we went ahead and popped them in. So we took all the ranunculus that was like spotty throughout here, and I worked on consolidating it and moving it all down to where it's all like at least in one spot. So now I have like a little bit more, but because this tunnel is shorter than our old tunnel, I actually still have some ranunculus that's in the 20 feet that are outside of the tunnel that need to move in. I don't think I'm gonna do it today. We have good weather this week, so I'm not worried about it, but we still have some out here that needs to move inside the tunnel. So we already, this was all anemones that's now outside of our tunnel. See, there's the tunnel. And we got all the anemones moved in.
I got my pants in my pocket.
But look at this. Does anybody want some spring stock in the winter? Because I have it. Yeah. So we experimented with stock. It bloomed early. I haven't cut on it because what am I going to do with it? I don't know. So anyway, that is what we're doing today. Let's go check in with Derek and see what he's doing. There he is. He hates being filmed. Oh, looks like a storm is about to roll in. We have a soccer field behind our farm back there. Oh, look, there's all the tunnel trash that we need to have a farm cleanup day. There's another field that we'll be putting in this year. It's where the stuff from our old farm is gonna be going. Some of it will be going here. We should do a farm tour. Let's go see the woody field. So this year we invested in hydrangeas. So I am currently sitting in our woody field and sitting in the middle of our hydrangeas so you can see, Jordan, you're a cut flower farmer. Why do they all still have blooms? Well, it was their first year, so I didn't want to harvest from them, mainly because this is the height that I would like cut them back to every year. So if I was cutting on them, I would have been cutting them down here and I would have these giant like football size blooms every year. And that's not what I'm going for on a cut flower farm. I want nice like bouquet size. So I just let them bloom out this year, and then I'm going to come through and I'm going to cut them back. So you can see behind me, they all look like sticks because I'm working on cutting them back. So you want like a nice shape. So I'm cutting out anything that's like super spindly and then cutting off the hydrangea blooms because they're about the height that I would like them to be. So I want them to be about, I don't know, 18 inches tall. I would say like to my knee. It's a really specific measurement. So just going through and cutting all these. But yeah, I thought y'all might want to see our woody field.